talk about at the Moldy table.
Hello and welcome to the 4th episode of the Moldy Table. I am your host, Sam from No Time for Nonsense. And
Did you want me to interrupt?
No,
How was I supposed to know to
I don't
You
know.
just kind of. I thought you were gonna somehow
just like
segue that to me and not just say your name.
Stop. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. It would be funny if just someone should make an edit where it's just you say, "I'm Sam from No Time for Nonsense," and then the podcast just ends.
Or I don't acknowledge you at all, and then I just start getting into the topics.
Yeah, I'm nobody.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of nobody in this podcast. I don't exist. Hashtag Kevin the Mevin does not exist. I need to chill with the hashtags. I started a bunch of random hashtags.
Yeah, you start hashtags a lot that
none of them go anywhere.
You don't really start them for an apparent reason. You just kind of you just kind of say a non sequitur phrase and then put a hashtag in front of it.
Yeah, that's kind of my style. I started a hashtag for no apparent reason, other than so I think it was a day ago this happened, but I'm not good with time, so it could have been a week ago. I don't know. I noticed that I hadn't tweeted in 2 weeks, so I just kind of made a reply to the Vanillo Twitter account. Or no, I tweeted at the Vanillo Twitter account asking, what they call the people who make videos on their platform, because with YouTube there's YouTubers, with Twitch there's Twitch streamers, but with Vanillo, what are they, Vanilloers? And then I don't remember, they responded with something kind of lame. Vanillazins or something.
Yeah, Vanillazins is what they responded with.
And then someone said something about sprinkles, or there were a lot of comments about sprinkles, so I was hashtag sprinkles gang, and I don't know, that kind of went somewhere.
Yeah.
I think some people responded to the tweet, which is better than my hashtags usually do, other than getting people with 20 subs to tweet out hashtag no bullshit doesn't know what socialism is.
There were a couple people with 2 followers that tweeted that.
Yeah. Speaking of Vanillo, that's our first topic is Vanillo. So some of you will be watching this on YouTube. Maybe some of you are watching this on iTunes, I don't know. But now some of you may be watching on Vanillo, which is, for those of you watching on other platforms,
a new competitor to YouTube.
A lovely new... Man, I just talked for so long. I got bored while talking.
while listening to yourself talk.
I'm looking back at the audio bars. I wasn't even talking for that many seconds, but it felt so long. But anyway, it's basically a new video sharing platform.
It's like VidMe, but
yeah,
with
that I
a
guess
better
is
layout.
That I guess is in theory supposed to rival YouTube.
Yeah,
and
because
it seems to be kind of popular at the moment because they actually have friendly customer service, I guess.
Yeah,
if you could call it that.
And I think that they make a big thing about their platform, that it supports free speech, which is good. Yeah.
Because now, what's his name? Mumkey Jones. He's the big guy, the big dog on that platform.
Yeah.
And generally it's a very, from my experiences with Vanillo, they're very new, so they don't their platform isn't perfect.
No.
But they're clearly trying.
Yeah.
I had trouble activating my account, and I DM'd the Vanilla Twitter account, and they helped me out, no problem. Responded within minutes, and my problem was solved. And I got my account up, which is great, because you don't really get that from YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, in YouTube's defense, They have a lot more people to serve. But
at the same
time, you don't get that you don't get the feeling that YouTube is genuinely trying. I get the feeling that Vanillo is like genuinely trying to be a good video sharing platform, especially cuz I don't know if you've looked at the Twitter accounts of the Vanillo people. Hold on, I'm trying to get to them now. They're kind of young.
Yeah, definitely. They're
they're young.
They're like in their 20s, I think.
Yeah, which is cool. Yeah, I'm not sure. I looked at their profile pictures and they do not look. I'd be surprised if they were old, if they were legally allowed to purchase alcohol.
I think that they are legally allowed to purchase alcohol. I think that they're like in their 20s.
They at least might get carded, I'd say.
Well, you got to be kind of... Oh, fuck, that was a terrible voice crack. You got to be kind of smart to program a website like this where it doesn't use a different website to host its videos. Like with the Monkey Jones website that he made after being terminated, he uses Vimeo to host his videos. But, like...
Yeah.
You know, like, to make a website that... I mean, I have no idea how to make a website that would host its own videos. So they must know how to program or something.
I mean, yeah, it's an entirely new website. And... it's not that bad. It's been around for, like a month?
Yeah, and...
I'd say it's pretty good for a month.
The only real competitor that we had to YouTube for a while was VidMe. And... VidMe died.
Well, I don't think Vanilla is quite a competitor to YouTube. Not a lot of people. It's really people in our...
Yeah, not many people know about it, but they have a much better layout than VidMe. Like, it's a lot more accessible.
Because right now it's just like the Turkey Tom hate community. It's like... I was looking at the commentary page a while ago, and it was filled with like Turkey Tom exposed videos.
Oh my god!
And it was interesting because like in the beginning, when like people were just finding out about it, you'd see the commentary page would just be like filled with videos all from the same person because they just re-upload their entire channel.
Yeah.
But now you're starting to see like more spread out content, so like not every video on a page is by the same person. So it's interesting because you're getting to see the kind of content that's being uploaded to Vanillo, and I have to say, it still kind of is just Turkey Tom exposed videos.
Yeah.
And there's also a lot more categories. Like there's a category called Pets and Animals, which has exactly 9 videos. One of them is called Look at Da Puppies, which... sounds like great content. And
yeah,
I wonder, there's a music tab. I wonder if there's any like original music. Okay, I see the Wii Shop music. I see Megalovania. And I see there's a diss track on Vanillo, which is interesting.
Wow.
But the point is, Vanillo is a new site. It could be good. Go check it out. And subscribe to Kevin the Mevin on there. Because, that's where all the good content's getting produced.
You're talking for a very long time, this podcast. I've said very little.
I don't know. Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've said
It's
much.
Late.
It is
I
late.
have no sense. What do you have to say?
What I have to say is subscribe to No Time for Nonsense on Vanillo.
Do you even have a Vanillo?
I have an account. There are no videos on it yet.
Oh, okay. I'm not subscribed to you. I didn't even know your Vanillo existed.
Yeah, yeah.
You can post under film and animation. What's under film and animation? There's a lot of Harry Potter things. I don't know.
I do think
Go check it out. It's an There's some interesting content. I
is.
browsed Vanillo and saw some videos that made me chuckle.
I mean, the thing is, it only has, like, the only reason that it's anywhere right now is because someone, like, sent an email to Mumkey Jones saying, like, hey, YouTube isn't accepting you, go use this website. So then Mumkey Jones gave it a huge shout out. So then, of
Yeah.
course, like, people like Ellis Mark and Turkey Tom saw it, and they gave it Twitter shout outs. Which
yeah, and
then,
I mean, like, a lot of the videos have, like,
know.
2 views. Like, I think my videos have
well,
20 views each, maybe.
I don't think that there's anyone that uses Vanillo and, like, as opposed to YouTube. Like, no one's main site is Vanillo, except for maybe Mumkey, because he's literally banned from YouTube.
No. There's Drake Dragsaw. He's exclusively on Vanillo.
Oh,
I think he's the only one I know of.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's like he deleted his YouTube and now he's like exclusively on Vanillo.
I know that the Bronze show is on Vanillo also.
Yeah, I think that whole community is on Vanillo.
The Burster MFGs, the Bronze shows, the Drake Dragsaws.
Yeah, the classics.
Yeah, they all migrated.
All right, I'm bored of talking about this. We're gonna talk about the next thing. Sam, you wanted to talk about, I've been talking a lot. You wanted to talk about theater.
I did, yeah.
Right?
Yes, I did.
Tell us about theater.
All right.
Sam, enlighten us.
I will. So, all right. People tend to tell me that I'm a pretty good actor and a pretty good singer, which is flattering. They think
Nice.
they think I have talent. But I realized something the other day. There are very few musicals that are actually good. Most musicals are terrible, are terribly written, and are bad.
Why do you say that?
Now here's the thing. The concept of a musical is so utterly strange because it's like you just take normal dialogue, you overact it to an insane extent where you're like projecting and you're like yelling everything. Like instead of saying like, "Hey, can I have a cup of milk?" you would say, "Hey, can I have a cup of milk?" And it's like that kind of stuff. And then with that, you need to somehow put songs in it.
I think it's like, it's an art that's hard to master.
Yeah.
Because there are definitely good musicals out there.
I have a list of all of the musicals that I like. There are not many of them. But, like...
Wait, I want to hear this list.
Okay. The Book of Mormon is a fantastic musical. And it works because of, Matt Stone, Trey Parker, and the other guy. He also wrote Avenue Q, which I'll talk about later.
Robert Lopez?
Yeah,
I
Robert
think?
Lopez, yeah. Their writing is great. And it works with the kind of, like, dark humor that they're trying to go with while making it,
I thought some of the songs were good.
I love the songs in the Book of Mormon. I think that they're, really well written.
The problem with a lot of musicals is that, like, it starts to become the same thing. Like, if you look at like just the chords in the song that make up the songs, you notice that it's the same, like, rock chord progression, and then every once in a while they'll throw in like a secondary dominant somewhere, but it's always like a...
I mean,
I don't remember the exact one off the top of my head, but
I know that
it's the chord that's everywhere in the SpongeBob musical.
I know that there are a lot of musicians that get pissed off when you use the "it's only 4 chords" argument, but at the same time, with all these musicals, it's always like with a lot of them, it's just repeating the same notes over and over and over again, and it's not like changing it up much with the instruments. It's just like piano and maybe a fucking harp if you're lucky.
I mean, if you look at, because when you play in like a musical, at least from what I've heard, if like you just don't, when you're like a flute player or something like that, like you don't just play flute, you play I think like saxophone too,
Yeah.
and some other and you play like other woodwinds besides I think oboe.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not just playing what, like you have just enough people to put a song together, but it's a very limited. It's not very orchestral in the way you'd think it is, and it's ultimately I feel like it's down to a formula, and not a lot of people are willing to change up the formula. Like even the Book of Mormon to some degree is a little formulaic.
Yeah,
Like,
and the
it
only
sounds very
if you,
similar to a lot of
none of the
musicals.
musicals that I'm going to like, there are other musicals that I'm not going to mention in my list because it's like, you know, the writing's shit, but I like the songs and stuff like that. All the musicals that I'm going to mention are like good throughout.
One that I like the music for is a Fiddler on the Roof. That
Yeah.
actually has.
I
like that.
See, I'm not going to mention that because I am going to mention it. It's just not on my list because I like the music. No, I like half of the music. I hate half the music, and I don't like the writing, and I like some of the writing.
I don't really like the story, but I
and I don't like
feel
the
like
story.
it'd be fun to be in like the pit because
Mhm.
it's more orchestral
Yeah.
and there's more to like about
The
it.
instrumental, there's a lot more going to. The lyrics are kind of bad of some of many of the songs. Sunrise
'Cause I know-
Sunset has 2 words.
Yeah, I mean that's a fun song to play. I'm sure if you were conducting that, I'm
Yeah.
sure that would be a fun one.
Like Sabbath Prayer, I find very annoying. If I'm honest.
That's also doesn't that have good? Honestly,
They
I
all
think
have good like If I Were a Rich
the
Man
score
is
is
the best
amazing
song
in
of
that
the
one.
of the musical.
Yeah. What are the other musicals on your list?
Let's see.
I'm
So
curious.
there's Book of Mormon, and then I have all the comedy ones listed first. Book of Mormon, Avenue Q, which works because it's like a Sesame Street parody, so music makes sense
Yeah.
because it's like happy, clappy Sesame Street, and also it's really funny, well written. Something Rotten is brilliant.
Oh, I love that one.
It is so great. I love Something Rotten.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? That one has some. The other thing I like about some new musicals is they're starting to incorporate like more guitar and like
Yeah,
more
that
like
I love
basic
seeing
rock
that. Like some
the,
bass.
Yeah, the guitar actually adds a lot to. It really adds a lot to the musical. Like there's, and it doesn't need to be there, like
It
just
doesn't need to
doing
be
crazy
the
solos.
main instrument, but like.
Like even in the first song in Something Rotten, there's that like fast guitar part, which really hypes up.
Mm-hmm.
It gets you hyped when you watch it. I've seen Something Rotten like 4 times.
Yeah, I love.
I've seen it a lot in various places.
I've seen it on Broadway once, and I've listened to the soundtrack multiple times.
I think I've seen it on Broadway. I saw it in a lot of different places.
Something
but it
Rotten
was
is very underrated. I thought that it's like a very fantastic musical.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Do you want
This
something
is so
else? or should
slow.
I?
We're gonna have to like
This is
put
pretty
some
slow,
music
but-
behind this. I'm getting. This is gonna be weird for people to listen to.
Maybe
Hey,
we can put
I'm
like
gonna
some
do a
smooth
message-
jazz in the background.
A message directly to our subscribers. If you ever comment, "I'm bored by your podcasts," just unsubscribe. In the words of Turkey Tom, do yourself a favor and unsubscribe. Honestly, I just thought about it, and I hate it when people comment like, "I'm bored by this." It's like if you're bored, just stop watching. Like, what are you trying to accomplish by saying that? Like, just comment that you think I suck or something. Like, at least with that, you're like expressing some sort of emotion. With this, you're just by saying I'm bored, you're just kind of stating that you're bored. Like, what's the point of that? I don't get it.
Yeah.
But getting back to one thing I find fascinating about like theater in general is, I don't know if this is in my experience, when people who like go to college for
Mhm.
theater, I think they are the most fascinating people ever, because I don't know if
Yeah.
you've noticed this, but if you look at the people who go to college for theater, they're like the people who are like, oh, today I had to learn to read sheet music for one song, but that's not how I learned stuff. I learned stuff just by listening to it. And then it's like, oh, what are you going to college for? And then they're like, theater, musical theater. And it's like, well, part of that is music, and you need to learn how to read sheet music. It's like, it's a classic, like, art student thing where it's just like someone's complaining, they're like, oh, I had to read sheet music today. And then you're like, what are you going to school for? And they're like, I'm going to learn music theory and be a music teacher. And it's like, why are you complaining about this? This is the thing that you want to do.
This is the thing that you're going to college for. I'm not going to be going to college for musical theater. I do musicals, but as like a hobby. But I have multiple friends. Oh my god. Oh wow. I have multiple friends that are going to college for musical theater, and like I have no idea how that's gonna go.
Yeah, the people who are like, I hate it when people are just like, I hate this class, but I'm not gonna drop it. And it's like,
yeah, it's
why?
It's really
why
annoying.
Are you doing this to yourself? And more importantly, why are you doing it to me? like you're putting yourself and me through torture.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's our 2 cents on that topic.
Mhm.
So.
All right, should I continue through my list?
Aren't you done with your list?
That I like?
Oh, you're not done with your list?
No,
I didn't know that.
There are more than 3 musicals that I like. Yeah.
Oh boy, I can tell that people are just, they're going crazy. They're like, ooh, what's next on Sam's list?
Yeah.
That is the most exciting thing.
There's
ever.
one more comedy and then 2 dramas. But yeah, that's it. Those are all.
Okay, say them.
Okay,
say.
The Producers by Mel Brooks is fantastic, and then the 2 dramas are Les Mis and Miss Saigon are great. There are no other musicals that I thoroughly like. Newsies is good for the most part, but there are parts that I find kind of annoying.
I saw Newsies at some place that was like very off Broadway.
Really? Yeah.
Like very off Broadway.
Yeah.
Like we're talking like village play. I don't know. What's the opposite of Broadway? Like middle of Kansas type thing. I don't know. But I could not sit through it. It was horrible.
There's one more musical that I like. Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd is another good musical. It's like a horror.
I've never heard. I've never seen
it's a classic
in my life.
Sweeney Todd is very good. So there, a total of 7 musicals that I like.
I would actually,
8?
and this is kind of, yeah, I don't know.
I keep track.
From the ones I've seen, I agree with your list. I would actually put Hamilton on there for the record, because I think there's enough about it to like.
There's
I'm
enough
not
about Hamilton
that.
to like, but there are parts of it that piss me off.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Hamilton isn't one of those musicals where it's like, oh my god, like it's terrible. Like, Hamilton is unbelievably creative and well written, but there are still, like, with a musical that long and with that much like poetry, I guess you would call it. Yeah, like, I mean, you know, like, I do kind of view, like, rap as poetry. I mean, it's a lot of syllable work. Like, there are gonna be parts that are not gonna be as strong as others.
I mean, I don't know. I used to be part of, for the record, I used to be part of the Hamilton fanboy club. I knew, like, every word of Hamilton, and those were very dark days. But now I've just kind of moved on to thinking that it's fun. I mean, I thought it was good, like...
Yeah.
With some trends, I'm just like, okay, this is kind of dumb.
Yeah, I mean,
but with Hamilton, I was like, I get this.
There's some musicals where it's like Wicked, I don't like. Rent, I don't like. West Side Story, I think is bad. Phantom of the Opera is bad. I don't know.
I thought Phantom of the Opera and Les Mis were the same thing.
No, they are very different things.
Really?
Yeah.
Who would have known?
And then, yeah, but there we go. That was our musical tirade. So.
All right. Next topico. What is our next topico? What did I want to talk about? I never know what to talk about on these. When was the last time we did a podcast? Like a month ago? I guess we can talk about I know we kind of always talk about this, but I want to talk about vape channels a little bit. I didn't talk to you about this before, Sam, but because vape channels have kind of disappeared.
They have?
In the sense that I never hear about them anymore, but they still exist.
Yeah.
But the thing that I find fascinating about them is that they just exist. Like, how do you exist? How do they exist? Who watches them? Like, sometimes I make a video on something, and then later I see, like, okay, I get why. Like, with Danarchy, like, before I didn't like him, but now I kind of see, okay, I get why people like Danarchy.
And now he's going to be in my next video.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but, like, now we kind of get him, and I kind of get why people watch No Bullshit. I don't really I still don't like him, but I get why people watch him.
I absolutely get why people watch him. It's because they're all uninteresting people with the same opinion that like hearing their uninteresting opinion get validated by someone with somewhat of an image.
I mean...
And that's why people like him.
But the point is, like, I see it through a different light, and the way that I think of things I make a video on
at least
evolves
we know
after...
the appeal, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like I get it more, and my opinion changes after I make a video. I don't get why people watch Vape Channel. What is exciting?
Me either.
What's entertaining about it?
Now, look, here's the thing. Do you know who Nick the Smoker is?
Kind of.
He makes cigarette reviews.
Yeah, he's like pre-vape channels.
With him, it makes sense because he's reviewing the vape. I mean, not the vape, the cigarette. With vape channels...
They attempt to.
No, but they don't. With vape channels, it's just, we're going to sit in a car and vape. That's it. That's the premise. We're going to be teenagers, sit in a car and vape. That's it.
Like, where did that come from? Like,
I'd see no difference in that between, like, just someone sitting in a car and reading a book. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, you're not reviewing it, you're just kind of doing something while screaming for no reason from time to time.
YouTube trends are like random, but this seems really random. And there's like sometimes I get things from it. I don't get this. Like and now some of them are like using gameplay, and it's like even weirder because it's like they'll be vaping while like telling a story.
Yeah.
But so it'll just be like, so this one time I went to this guy's house and then we got high. It's like, what?
You see, I don't know, like, do people subscribe for the personality or the vape? Cuz they don't they don't really have personalities. I guess some of them do, cuz like Matty Smokes gets to intro his videos yelling really loud, so I guess that's his personality. Is that he yells.
Matty Smokes, oh my god, his videos are a whole nother experience. Because they're really bad, but at the same time, there's something intriguing. He has like a certain charm to him,
yeah.
but his videos are hard to watch.
Is Matty Smokes the one that yells really loud and says it's Matty fucking Smokes at the beginning of each video?
Well, Liam's Ghost is the one who goes like, yo, 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 what's up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but...
Liam's Ghosts, I find worse.
Yeah, he's weird.
So, yeah, all of their I mean, I guess Matty Smokes kind of has a charm. Liam's Ghost's personality is just, I yell.
It's just like, I go yo, 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 yo.
What's
at the beginning of my videos?
Like Kyler, I even kind of get the appeal because at least his videos have I don't know, editing.
No, he edits with like iMovie.
Yeah,
now.
he edits with like
'Cause-
a worse version of I mean,
He edits with iMovie, but he doesn't even like use iMovie to the fullest extent. He just kind of puts the clips in iMovie and
at least
puts music in the background.
At least I get the appeal to it though, cause like does his channel still exist? I can't find it.
Oh, his channel is actually doing well. I mean,
oh, I found it. 50K. Wow.
Yeah. Since I talked about him back in whenever that was, September maybe, he's gained a good 10K subscribers.
Well, like Kyler is so terrible, but at least I like get the appeal because he does like story time videos. His most recent video is called "My First Time ... parentheses story time," and in the thumbnail, the thumbnail is an emoji, a picture of him staring at the camera, and then it says "losing my virginity at age 14."
Oh wait, I watched that video. It was so bad.
I like the thumbnail. It's just like an emoji. It says "losing my virginity at age 14," and then it's just him staring at the camera.
His thumbnails are so funny. Like, read more of them. The messages he writes in them are terrible.
Oh my god, why being a boy is harder than being a girl? Question mark, exclamation point. Emoji with his eyes sticking up. Picture of Kyler looking at the camera with the background blurred. The words "we give birth to" on the thumbnail.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Why Christmas sucks ... The thumbnail has a Santa emoji, a picture of Kyler, and it says Santa is a pedophile.
Yeah, his videos, they're just, I don't know.
I mean,
there's just so lack of substance.
If you see that and you're recommended, you're gonna click on it.
Yeah.
You're gonna click and find out why Kyler thinks that men give birth, you know?
I'll give Kyler credit in that he's intriguing. Also,
you know what?
The thing I find...
he may be popping in terms of subscribers, but his videos are not doing great. I mean,
they get like,
yeah.
He gets 5% of his subscribers to watch his videos,
I mean,
at least last I checked.
His last Jewel video did well. It got like 20K, but his last...
Yeah, his Jewel videos.
Yeah, but...
Crazy views.
His My First Time parentheses story time video only has 3.6K.
Oh wow, that's pretty bad. Also, the thing I find interesting about Kyler is that he's like 17.
Yeah.
And he just like tells stories about him
losing
juuling.
Yeah.
No, but the thing it's like stories about him juuling and like tripping on acid, and it's like, why isn't YouTube doing something about this? They found out about Maddie Smokes, who is like
why
legal.
Isn't CNN doing something about this after after Kyler was interviewed on CNN about juuling?
Like, that's what I don't understand about some of this, like
they just interviewed him about it. Like, is he not
Yeah, and he said
stop?
he started smoking when he was like 12, and it's like, where are your parents, dude? Not to get like in your personal life, but
yeah, it's like,
isn't there like
shouldn't
someone
something be done about you like smoking mangoes and
I mean, the interviewer in CNN told him that smoking is bad for you, which, good on that interviewer for telling him that smoking is bad for you. But seems like nothing's being done. I mean, for all we know, Kyler could just be making all of this up when you think about it, because he doesn't do it in his videos so that, like, I guess he doesn't get taken down or something.
Well,
because he says because he's not legal.
He has
which,
definitely...
I'd say telling the story is worse.
Well, he has definitely made some stuff up. Like when he said, where he lives, it's so unbelievably cold out sometimes that if you take boiling water and throw it outside, that it will turn into snow in midair. Yeah, it gets really cold like that in Pennsylvania, I guess.
Isn't that like impossible though? Like, how do you like go
it's
outside
especially
with boiling
impossible, but it's also especially more impossible in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you'd have to be at like the North Pole and then find a way to get like a stove up there.
Yeah, not only is that impossible, but it doesn't get that cold in Pennsylvania.
Does it get that cold anywhere?
No, but Pennsylvania is not like the Arctic. It's just like.
But also to freeze like immediately, it would have
Yeah.
to be really cold. I would think.
It would have to
I don't
be
know
like
any of this.
negative like 100 degrees for boiling water to instantly turn into snow. Like that's a
But also,
massive
like-
temperature change.
But also, how would it leave the pot then? If it just turns to, the timing would have to be crazy. Like you'd
Yeah.
have to time that perfectly
Yeah.
to get it to turn to snow in midair. I would think.
I mean, like, if you put a pot of boiling water in a freezer, it's not gonna instantly turn into snow.
Yeah.
And how does
It
like
takes,
wouldn't
like,
it
hours.
If it's that dramatic of a temperature change, wouldn't it turn into like ice?
Also, wouldn't you like freeze to death immediately?
Yeah. And
You'd
also,
have to be bundled up.
Pennsylvania has perfectly normal weather. It's not like always snowing there. Like during this, like during the summer, it's just like.
Yeah. It's like he makes it seem like it's just like once it turns to winter, it's like it's always snowing here. You get a foot a day. Like it makes it seem like they're in the North Pole.
Yeah.
When in reality, it's like it's probably snows 5 times a year, if that.
Yeah.
All right, we've been going for a while.
Yeah.
I think it's time to wrap oop.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I gotta tell my story about a restaurant.
Oh yeah, right. You do that. I forgot.
I knew. Okay, what restaurant story shall I tell? Okay, we might have to do this. All right. Let me just think about it so I can blur out names. Okay, so I was at this so I was going into this restaurant,
Mhm.
and I was with this like, it was crowded, and I said to the people I was with, I was like, okay, when we get in there, we need to go find the biggest guy and beat him up so that we can be the big dogs in the room and we'll get a table first. And one of the guys who I was with was when we walked in was the biggest guy in the room. And then right when we walked in and asked for a table, we got it like immediately. And there were like 20 other people waiting to get a table, and we just walked in and snagged a table. All right, that story had like no substance to it. You'll probably find that a similar story on Kyler's channel, considering I know he's a big fan of me because he's DM'd me like 3 times.
Has he?
In the past week?
What has
yeah.
he said? I didn't know that Kyler still DMs you.
I didn't know that Kyler still existed until he what did he say?
I thought he didn't want to acknowledge you, and he like acknowledged you on a stream because he didn't want to give you that much.
He
clout.
said something. He said something about how we were right about his sponsor, I guess, because we like criticized his sponsor. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember criticizing his sponsor. I think we might have like mentioned it in our reaction part.
Yeah.
And he said something about how I used to be a fan because we asked him on the podcast before I made my video.
Oh yeah, we were never fans of Kyler. That's just not true.
Yeah. We were more intrigued by him in the same way that you can't take your eyes off like a car crash.
Yeah.
That's the way. And then I don't remember what. Oh yeah. And then I just kind of talked to him. No, I asked him for some free merch afterwards. Wait, this is kind of funny. I asked him for some free merch, and he was like, nah, I can't give out free samples. And I was like, oh, that's a shame. I guess I'll have to make my own shirt that says tragic in italic Arial font. And then this is possibly my favorite response to anything in the world. He said, Arial is a copyrighted font, so mine is slightly different. And it's like, what?
I can't wait to get you your Kyler shirt for your birthday.
gonna be a great day when I have a shirt that says tragic in
Oh,
italic Arial
I'm not
font.
getting you that one. I'm getting you the one of him wearing his shirt.
The one of him wearing his like fake Supreme shirt.
Yeah, I'm getting you the shirt of Kyler wearing his shirt.
I'm excited. All right. That's enough podcast. Goodbye, boys.
Bye.